And back here with me is meteorologist Taylor King. Now, Taylor, I know we're seeing 12 to 18 inches of snow, and I was just wondering if it's going to increase or decrease in your personal opinion.
So right now, I do believe we're going to be closer to the 12-inch mark on the high end. But again, the further out east you go, the more snow you are likely to see, especially right around where the Nexstar Community Credit Union camera is up in Cherokee. Currently, not really seeing any snow, but back here in Sioux City, we're starting to see those clouds moving in, overcast skies settling in, temperatures right around 23 degrees, winds more northerly at about 6 miles an hour. So definitely starting to see that system start to inch its way ever so closer towards Siouxland. Temperatures right now, like I said, 23 here in Sioux City, 19 where that camera is up in Cherokee, seeing 16 by Esterville, 14 by Spencer. Still seeing some 20s though, 20 over by Neely and 21 down by Takema and West Point. Going into our dew point temperatures, like I've been saying, we're not expecting to see fog tonight. Definitely seeing that dry air settling in right now, seeing those mid-teens across the board for our dew point temperatures. So like I said, just some dry air kind of settling in before we see that system move through. Seeing those winds right now, mainly northerly at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So continuing to calm down before we see the storm, the calm before the storm, as some might say. Continuing on to our past 12-hour satellite radar. Seeing some cloud coverage here, but nothing too crazy. We did see mostly clear skies across Siouxland for our Thanksgiving, but we are starting to see that cloud coverage moving in for tomorrow's winter storm. Now, for tomorrow's winter storm, moving into the area during the mid-morning hours, seeing it reach Siouxland, far western portions, right in Nebraska, I'd say between right around 5 a.m. is where you're going to start seeing those flurries. But for Sioux City, closer to 7 a.m., pushing through to the eastern portion a little bit closer to noon. Now, once we see that, we'll get a little bit of a break for our evening hours, seeing some cloud coverage for most of Siouxland. Still seeing some snow up in the far northeastern corners and continuing on. By the time we get to Saturday morning, we're right back in it, seeing some more heavy snow coming back as it's wrapping around that low pressure system that'll be moving to our south, which will be persisting throughout the day as we continue to see that snow chance continue. And even by 11 p.m., some portions of Siouxland still seeing snow up by Spencer, but the rest of us seeing mostly cloudy skies as the snow moves out of the area. Taking a quick glance at the snowfall across the board, you're going to see that a lot of those heavier snow is going to be fixated where those heavier snow bands are going to be sitting for longer. Again, by Spencer, 12 to 18 inches, Mason City, Des Moines, same story, Davenport, 18 to 24, Ottumwa, 12 to 18. So for you college students that have to drive back towards those areas, especially those who attend Iowa State, Iowa, those major colleges, again, be careful as you are driving back to your campuses because this will likely hinder your driving. And zooming in just to kind of get a little bit of a better idea of the local view, like I said, we're likely going to be teetering closer to the 12-inch mark here in Sioux City. But like I said, we are seeing that more persistent snow coverage, especially up by Esterville. Getting closer to that 18-inch mark is likely. So winter weather alerts, we do have the winter storm warnings that'll go into effect tomorrow along with the advisories. Those will be in effect from noon until midnight Saturday into Sunday. Now, to kind of sum everything all up, temperatures tonight hanging out in the teens with those clouds continuing to increase, and it's going to be on the colder side. Even seeing that tomorrow, we're going to be colder than we were today as that snowstorm is moving in, that first round of snow with some gusts starting out at around 20 miles an hour, expecting those to increase as that low moves to our south. Now, going into our 9 on 9, like I've been saying, seeing the heavier snow for our Saturday, clearing out for Sunday and Monday. Tuesday looking mostly clear before we see another chance of some snow return to our forecast once again, just to add a little bit of icing on the cake before we move out into partly cloudy skies to round out the rest of the 9 on 9. But we will be staying below freezing, so it does look like the snow will be sticking around.